Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the We Duet Real Good podcast.
We do it real good.
Hey, shh. I'm Jay Blue, and I'm joined by the remarkable, amazing, truly epic and awesome, and I can't think of anything but bro
good.
words. Emelda C.
Hey everybody, Emelda C in his house. What's up everybody? Welcome to our podcast. We're glad that you can join us today. So we got a few hot topics to talk about, and we hope you guys stay tuned.
I don't like Hot Topic. What are we doing? Like a bunch of dudes that go to Hot Topic?
What?
And the hizzos.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Epic and awesome.
Epic. Wait, that was supposed to be like an echo kind of epic. And then it's supposed to like kind of echo back and forth.
That's good. So this is a podcast where we talk about music, movies, pop culture, news and updates, gossip, etc. Anything we want to talk about.
Anything. Yeah, but the first thing I really want to touch on is those victims in Houston right now. I think there's a huge hurricane, right?
Yeah, there's this, I haven't seen that many reports about it because I'm terrible. But
oh, well, if you haven't heard about it, it was Hurricane Harvey, or it's currently happening right now. I believe there's 5 people that currently passed away, so it's really sad. But our hearts are out to you, Houston people out there. Any of you are listening.
Yeah.
We know your struggle, and our prayers are there for you guys.
I hear it's really flooded over there.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I
Right.
heard. I did see like a picture at like a nursing home. There's a bunch of elderly patients that are kind of waiting for them to
be
like
rescued.
Like I don't know if they need to be. That's what I was kind of saying, but I think they look in the picture like they're doing okay, but they're all kind of confined into one room. So I don't know that much of the story, but yeah, it sounds a little crazy going on right now.
Well, I saw one story where a woman was, and her I guess her child was stuck in a car. They couldn't get out, and they're waiting to find out if they're gonna find the bodies or not. Because I believe she got flooded in her car.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah.
But our president wished them good luck, so they've got good luck.
Are you crapping me right now?
Yeah. No, actually, I'm not.
Wow.
Anyway, so how about that fight?
Ooh, the Mayweather.
Oh, wait. I wanted to say one thing. Sorry. Okay, so it's kind of weird to me. Like, we give hurricanes names.
Harvey?
Like Harvey
Katrina?
or Katrina. Like, it kind of ruins...
Wait, El Nino. We had an El Nino a
Yeah.
few years ago. But
Well, I think that wasn't... That was actually like a bunch of storms or something like that.
A multitude of storms.
Yeah, like it wasn't one specific. I think so. I don't know. I really, because you kept hearing about El Nino over and over again.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one. But yeah, it kind of ruins the name, and then it kind of, I don't know. It's like personifying.
You know what I thought of? I thought of Steve Harvey.
Harvey.
Like how he ruined Miss America.
No, I think it was Miss Universe.
Oh, you Miss Universe. Okay, see, now I ruined it.
Steve Harvey ruined America.
Exactly.
Thank you, Steve Harvey. But yeah, no, Harvey's coming in and ruining Texas. I think of the movie with Jimmy Stewart, Harvey, and it's like a giant bunny rabbit in the sky, ruining everything.
Oh, wow. I don't
But
know
you can't see
that
him.
reference.
Only Jimmy Stewart's character can see him.
Okay.
Well, that's what the movie is. Like, Jimmy Stewart's character can see like a invisible bunny that nobody else can see. And so people are thinking he's crazy, but the bunny actually exists or whatever in the movie. It's crazy. Okay, moving
next.
on. All right.
I don't know what his reference or where he's going at with that one. So.
Did you see any other news or anything?
Tay-Tay. Taylor Swift came out with a new song.
Nah. We're talking about. Well, this could be. So this is the Red Eyewitness News segment. Cue the music that I haven't found yet.
Wait. Stop the recording.
What?
Stop the recording.
Why? Keep going.
Because I feel like we're overlapping each other too much. It doesn't sound organized. What is something that people are really angry about right now?
Overlap.
No, but it doesn't.
Well, okay, so the Red Eyewitness News was actually your idea, if you remember correctly. And then, so the idea was that angry, weird, crazy stories that people get red eyes over. And so we just talk about those.
Okay, so what's currently stories. Red eyes?
There's just too much. Can't keep up.
Okay, then talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
So,
you gotta explain it.
Huh?
You have to explain the red eye stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's. What do you mean? You explain it. I just explained it.
You explain it. You do it better.
No, you do it better. We both do it real good. Yeah. So, basically, what does it mean to you?
Red eyes means...
Red Eyewitness News.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know you were recording. Red eyes basically is where... it's a hot topic right now where a lot of Americans are angry about a certain topic. For example, Charlottesville, neo-Nazis versus Black Lives Matter, and how President Trump is not supporting...
Don't forget Antifa, because if you don't name Antifa or Antifa or Antifa, whatever the heck you call them, people on the internet are going to get angry.
Wait, can you explain more, Antifa? What?
Antifa means anti-fascism or anti-fascists or whatever. So they're like anti-Nazis or whatever. But like, there's a lot of controversy surrounding them because there's a lot of people feel like the fake news media aren't talking enough about Antifa.
Okay.
And Antifa are some of the guys or people, I shouldn't assume that they're guys. But girls can girls can be guys too.
Okay. Yes, they can.
So I think at Berkeley they were some of the guys that actually came onto the UC Berkeley campus.
Oh,
and
okay.
Started all
they were wearing all black
burning and,
with the helmets
with like the bandanas on their faces or whatever.
Bandanas.
Yeah. So they're the ones that are promoting punching Nazis and all that stuff. It's crazy.
So they're pro. What's the word? They don't mind getting physical.
Yeah, so they're kind of a little too crazy. For certain people.
Do you think they're possibly terrorists?
I don't want to say this right now because then I'm going to get punched by Antifa peoples, I think.
Okay. Oh.
Scary.
So, red eyes.
Yeah. So there's nothing crazy going on right now. Everything's peachy cool.
Oh my goodness, I don't know about that.
Well, what's crazy?
North Korea?
North Korea?
Oh wait, South.
South Korea.
Which one of the Koreas?
You're terrible.
Sorry.
South Korea, Gangnam Style, Korean barbecue. That's the good Korea. That's the Korea that's on our side.
Yes.
That's not trying to
send over a nuke.
Yeah, they're not trying to microwave our faces.
All right.
As far as we know.
But
there are allies. They were our allies in the war, the Korean American War, I would say. But they call it the Korean War.
Oh.
Because, like, even though, it wasn't just Korea involved in the conflict.
So, what else, Jonathan? What other red eyes do we want to talk about?
I think that's a lot.
Oh, okay.
So we can move into music news.
Okay. Well, I was reading this article about Taylor Swift's new video. Wait, let me get the name of it. I'm not much of a Taylor Swift fan, you guys.
Oh gosh.
But
you don't love the Tay-Tay?
I don't.
The Tata? Wait, how did they say it? Tay-Tay, Tata.
Is it Tay-Tay?
Tata.
Oh God, Jonathan.
Tay-Tays.
Well, her new music is called Look What You Made Me Do. And it just seems like, what's new? Every one of her last exes had done something to her to make her write a new song. So supposedly, I think this might be just another get back at you song. And
so she's just crying teardrops on her guitar.
Exactly.
Still after all these years.
Yeah, I mean, if that gives
it's like
you
a
power
record or something.
Right. If that gives you power, Taylor Swift, more power to you. You know, you want to get back at the guys that did you wrong in the past, then go for it, girl. Because I know how you feel. Sometimes I want to get back at these men too.
Hey.
Oh.
Leave us alone.
But supposedly her video is very similar to the Bee Queen.
Bee Queen?
The Queen Bee.
Queen
Excuse
Bee.
me.
Oh, Queen Bey.
Yes.
Queen Bey. Oh, hell no.
Uh-uh.
Shut that down. Oh,
Real
no.
quick.
You shut that
Real
down
quick.
now.
Yes.
Right? Okay. No.
So,
no.
Taylor,
Nuh-uh.
you need to be careful. Do not mess with Queen Bee. She will come and sting you. Okay?
That's how you get your head cut off, right?
Off
with her head!
Oh, yes.
I think, dude.
So she's the Alice, I guess?
Alice?
Alice in Wonderland?
Oh, yeah.
Queen Bee.
Queen Bey.
Yeah.
She's Alice in this? Oh, no. That's not good.
I don't know. Just a reference.
Yeah, but Queen Bey is the queen of all our hearts.
Yes, indeed.
Even though I don't like her music anymore.
What?
What?
Okay, let's stop this podcast right now. Everybody, don't bring your torches, your pitchforks, and your knives.
She's got okay music, but personally, even in her Destiny Child's day, they were never like TLC to me. Like TLC...
That's because you're old school, Jonathan.
Yeah, I guess I'm old school, but I was never into their aesthetic and their songs.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like she has some songs that I can tolerate.
Yeah.
But it's just not my style. It's never been my style.
Okay, then he's obviously not a Queen Bee fan, and we'll ignore that, you guys. Don't worry. Please stay tuned to our show.
No, we're ruining two of the most popular people.
I know.
In music. We just polarized the entire. No, we love Tay-Tay and Queen Bey.
Yeah, no, you can't take that back. It's too late.
No, it's too late.
It's too late.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, it's been fun podcasting with all of you today. We'll see you in...
Are you serious? I thought we were still continuing.
Oh, we're keep going? Okay,
yeah.
Let's keep going. All right.
Some interesting news.
Movies?
I thought we were going to talk about the fight. Mayweather versus
I wanted to get into
McGregor.
some movie news first.
All right, go ahead. Take it away.
All right, so I think there's been some DCEU changes. So I don't know how this is going to work, but they're kind of getting away from, hey, pay attention. What are you doing?
I'm listening.
Not really. You got to contribute.
But you need to explain.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into it.
Okay, you guys, we're doing a little fight right now, so come on, Jonathan, get with it.
So the DCEU is changing their strategy, I guess, because they've not been received very well. But instead of doing what Marvel connected, where all the movies kind of exist in this one universe, they're going to be making, I guess, multiple universes.
DCU?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's going to be... I don't know how it's going to work, but they're trying to do weird, different things. Changing up, like, some of the stuff that they planned to release.
Well, Superman did meet Beatman.
Beatman?
He really beat up Batman in that last movie.
Actually, Batman beat up Superman
pretty
much
bad.
more.
I felt like Batman...
You must be misremembering, because there was a cut across Superman's face, and Batman's foot was on Superman's neck.
Oh, yeah.
Telling him...
So he was...
He was about to kill him.
Wow.
And then Superman could barely get out. Save Martha! And then, which ruined that movie for, I think, internet nerds.
Oh, wow.
Whatnot. Which could have been even, that could have been like one of the best movies of all time, but whatever. Anyway, so I don't understand it. Don't get me. I think they still don't know exactly what they're gonna do to save themselves.
Okay.
Like, I think Wonder Woman was mostly good.
Yeah.
I think most people consider it. The third act had a lot of issues. It was kind of typical. And then people looking at the Justice League trailer are saying it looks like it's gonna be about the same.
Yeah.
Who was saying it? Somebody was saying it's another gray guy. We've already had a bunch of gray villains in the universe, so do we really need another one?
What do you mean by gray guy?
So it's just another guy in a gray outfit.
Uh-huh.
Like Zod in Man of Steel. You had a Dark Side, is just a gray guy in BVS, Dawn of Justice. Then you also had a gray guy in Wonder Woman with Ares, the God of War.
Ah, okay. Another gray guy.
They're gonna do Steppenwolf for the DC or for Justice League.
Wow, Steppenwolf. Does he step and then he wolves and how?
Did I say Dark Side? I said Dark Side. I meant Doomsday in BVS. Dark Side is actually going to be... See, the weird thing actually is it looks like you could pronounce his name Dark Seed because it's S-E-I-D or whatever, but it's Dark Side or whatever, I guess. I don't know. Ultimately, I read it always as Dark Seed or whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Can you
This is like going over my head, you guys. For those who are listening and know all about the DC universe, hit up Jonathan. You can even find him on YouTube. His YouTube name is
JBlue1622.
All right, there you go. And he talks about these ideas of the DC comics and writes a little bit about poetry. Sorry, I had to add that in there, but I have no clue who the hell Steppenwolf, Dark Side, Gray, Blue Matter. You keep going with that topic.
Okay. No, you move on. Okay, so what are we talking about today?
I thought we were going to talk about the fight.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the fight.
It was rigged.
It's rigged.
Yeah.
No,
a lot of people
like the
say...
election.
Okay, yes. We all know the election's
Everything's
rigged.
now.
We all know...
This podcast is rigged.
Okay, he's going a little crazy with us. No, I thought it was well played out. A lot of people thought it was rigged. But McGregor gave him a good fight. I thought he was the talk of the town though, because the way he was trying to punch Mayweather in the back of his head and put him in a hold.
There was a few moments where I was questioning if he got hit hard enough that he forgot that he was supposed to be boxing and he was supposed to be UFCing or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought
he was not even throwing good hits. He was just jabbing him softly, just pecking his cheek with his glove. Yeah. He could, if you saw Mayweather, he pivoted his foot with each of the hooks that he did, and he was really strong. You know, he is obviously a really good boxer, but McGregor, he put up a good fight.
Yeah, I think it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like I was saying before, like this could be either mismatched which way. So like McGregor could come in with a whole lot of crazy power and energy because he's got that UFC experience.
Yeah, you mentioned last night, like McGregor, I'm pretty sure he can give him a good elbow to his face, or like give him a good kick to his, I don't know, to his balls or something. But
no,
obviously, but obviously he didn't have any good punches.
UFC's not that crazy. They're just kicking each other in the balls.
How about we see Money Mayweather in the cage?
Oh, that would be would be intense. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's get Mayweather to fight McGregor in his territory and see how that goes. That would be probably, he could bring a lot of money to the UFC if he did that.
Probably. He is a beast in the ring, but is he a beast in the cage? Yeah.
But like I was saying, so like it looked like it was the other way that I was saying. So it could be mismatched, that it's McGregor's favor because he's got like this crazy UFC stuff that he can bring in the boxing. But actually it was like, I think Mayweather was better because he's got that boxing experience. So you're concentrating on only punches,
right,
and not elbows, kicks, all that stuff, all that mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch McGregor, he was trying to get into Mayweather's space by continuing to jab at his face, you know, constantly. But you never really saw really good hits.
Yeah.
You know? So his technique wasn't...
You saw some good hits.
A few good hits.
Because at the beginning of the fight, because the first 3 rounds went to McGregor.
Yeah.
It was the 4th round when you had this turning point. Where he, like... I want to keep saying... anyways, Mayweather kept, like... Mm-hmm. You know, he got the rest of the fights until I think round 9 or something.
Wow.
He got the rest of the rounds.
Yeah.
Until like round 9 when McGregor finally got 1 round in, I think, or round 8, something like that. And then by round 10, you could tell that
McGregor wasn't having it anymore. Yeah. He was just like, I'm out of here.
No, I think he was willing to still keep going
and get knocked out.
You could see that Mayweather's hits, even though they were as much, they had a lot of power and they could actually knock him. So every time he was getting him in the face, he was really like, it was a lot of hit. He was taking a lot.
Yeah.
And you could see he was getting dumber by every time he.
Yeah. He was going down. He was about to go down, actually. I thought so. That one last hit before the referee came in, he was kind of already leaning on the sides of the... Yeah. So it was time.
But I think it was... Well, because after the fight, he said we could have kept going. So I think the crazy, like, Irish blood in him or whatever, or Irish ideas in him is like, nah, I can keep going.
Like his pride?
Yeah.
A man's pride, you mean?
Irish pride.
Okay, yeah.
The pride of Ireland. The pride of Ireland. I don't think I could do the Irish accent.
Stop trying.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Pride Ireland.
Say 4-leaf clover.
4-leaf clover.
Okay. You can do Pride of Ireland, but why don't you say 4-leaf clover?
4-leaf clover.
Okay, that's not even close to Irish.
Alright. Any other news, gossip, or anything you heard?
Anything else? We were talking about something else earlier. That was really good.
We were talking about all kinds of things earlier, but anyway, so maybe we can move into the main topic about relationships.
Is that what we're supposed to be talking about today?
Yeah, since For those that don't know, we're actually in a relationship.
If you don't know.
We don't know.
We
For those
don't
that don't know, they now know that you and I are together, right?
Yeah, because we duet real good.
Hey, keep your mind out of the gun.
I don't think that's where I was going with that,
okay.
Jonathan.
Oh no, I'm talking to the listeners. I was gonna say viewers, but unless the government's watching us, but if there's anybody else watching us, hi, I'm waving right now.
You're kind of scaring me. Do you have ghosts in your house?
There's ghosts everywhere.
Okay.
Jeez, call the Ghostbusters. You're scared.
Which ones? Ones from the 1980s or the ones that
or
were
the
made?
lady Ghostbusters that didn't do so well.
Let's not talk about them. They're overrated.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang. She said it. I didn't say it. Anyway, so...
No, they really were overrated. A lot of people just truly disliked the Ghostbusters movie that was recently made.
Yeah.
But that's another topic, guys.
Yeah, we can talk about that later if you guys want us to.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so how long we been together?
We got together in 2008.
I totally remember. I know. But what?
We got together in 2008.
2008.
Originally.
Was that the year?
So we were in and out, right? And then we broke up in 2010.
In and out.
And then we got back together.
That's what our relationship's all about.
What do you call those relationships that go back and forth? They get together, break up.
In and out works. I think I like that.
In and out?
Yeah.
With that jingle? That's kind of stealing that jingle.
You don't have to sing the jingle, the jangle, the Jenga, the jingle, in order to say in and out. So yeah, we was in an in and out relationship. And it just stuff didn't work out for a while. But anyways, let's go back. So
back into time.
So the short story.
Wait, is that our jingle for going back into time? Okay.
No, we could talk about that in another episode. To be continued. Ooh. How did we get together?
Dun dun dun.
So, we've gotten this far, so it's almost 10 years. Next year will be 10 years. Wow. We've known each other. High
five. That was a high five, guys. You didn't hear it, but we just did a high five.
We're so cool.
Yeah.
We have our own things that we created the high five.
Yeah. I wonder when the high five was really created.
Oh, that's an interesting topic. For another day.
For another topic. For another time. These are the days of our lives.
Yes. And anyway, so how do you think about relationships?
How do I think about relationships? Or what do I think about relationships?
No, how? How do you think about relationships?
How do I process them in my mind?
I don't know, whatever that means to you. I'm just asking the question. You answer the question. That's a simple way that usually works, I think.
Well, I think that relationships are wonderful. There's love, and there's freedom,
and butterflies,
and rainbows, and money. And time spent.
Well, that escalated quickly.
And
time spent. Relationships are time and money. Work.
And work.
Oh, hello.
And we got a phone caller. We have our first phone caller coming in to our We Do It Real Good podcast. Will I answer this?
Who is it?
Hi, Ruthie guys. You're live on We Do It Real Good podcast. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Ruthie guys.
And
I'm Emelda's friend from church.
okay.
I like to say everybody hi, hello.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ruthie. What are you up to today? What questions do you have for us today?
Well, I heard you guys were having an anniversary celebration at 3 o'clock.
Yes, if you guys don't know, we're Church of Christ members, and we're proud to be Christians. I mean, we're just going to say it out there and put it out there. Why not?
Let's just put it out there.
Let's just put it out there, everybody.
Put it out there. Okay.
So, yes, Ruthie, we do have an anniversary today. Come on down. It's at 3 o'clock, and we'll see you there at
Are there
3.
going to be any hot guys there?
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate. All right, next caller. Thank you. Have a nice day and a nice life.
I'm going to see you guys there.
Bye. All right, that was a crazy caller. Don't mind her.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, so relationships. What do you think about relationships?
This is a really good question.
What are the tips and tricks?
Can you go more into detail? Like, what exactly do you want? Not want me to say, but what is it exactly you're trying to get at with me answering this question?
You answer the question.
I think that relationships are good. It's a next step to life. From being single and learning commitment to another person. Learning how to stick with somebody, versus just being a solo artist.
What's wrong with being a solo artist?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But I feel like being in a relationship, you have to make a lot of, what's the word? Help me out here, Jonathan.
What?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
And
commitment.
Commitment, yeah.
What's the word?
You have to...
What's the word? There's a word.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I want to go back to your idea of artists. So I think relationships are really an art.
It really is. You have to...
And a sport.
You kind of have to dance with it. Whatever music is being played in that relationship, because I feel like... not everybody you will date is going to be perfect, I mean, not everybody you date, but
nobody you date is going to be perfect.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's the idea of a lot of people. I have to find the one.
Yeah.
How do you even know there is the one? Is this an ideology that's been created in our minds? Of finding the one, And what do you think about that?
I think that you can find the one, but in terms of like them being sort of this perfect, ideological, the one or whatever, somehow heaven sent, that's perfectly gonna match everything, and there's gonna be no problems. Everything's gonna be bubbly and perfect.
Like
and,
that one. Okay, there was this one movie. I can't reference it, but a little girl. I think she was making like a spell, or she made like a potion, and she put like flower petals in it, and she asked that the guy would have one blue eye and one green eye. And somehow she let go of the potion, and the guy came back. The guy that she fell in love with was the one that she asked for. Now,
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. If you guys remember that movie, you know what I'm talking about, let us know.
How do they let us know?
Oh.
What's your Twitter handle? Do you have a Twitter or
I
Facebook?
do.
Or what is it?
Emelda, Emelda C. You guys can find me there on Twitter. I'll make an account tonight.
Melda C.
Emelda C. Yeah.
No, Melda C.
Oh, no E?
No E. No E.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess
So,
you just established me right now.
But I think what I was saying, like, yeah, so it's not going to be super peachy keen. Like, there's going to be some difficulty in understanding the person.
You have to get to know a person and all the struggles they've been through as children, and you know all the bull crap that we've gone through as children and we bring to our adult lives. So I feel like everybody has that.
Being responsible in a relationship is you're not going to bring all of that into the relationship.
Yeah.
You're going to kind of shed some of that in order to...
No, I disagree. I feel like your partner could possibly help you through those times and have an understanding that you're going to hold some type of baggage because, like I said, not everybody's perfect.
But I think it's a moderation thing. So yeah, you have to acknowledge that you're going to have some baggage from your childhood,
right?
But
or past
you also
relationships
and past relationships, all this stuff. But you can't just bring all of that in and just accepting I have all this baggage. It's okay, you know. You move into somebody's house, you can't bring everything that's in your house and expect
you have to shed some stuff. Like you said earlier.
You have to shed some stuff.
Okay,
so you can't just my mother when I was 3 years old did this or that, or like my dad when I was in 5th grade didn't show up for a recital or whatever, and it was the one recital that was so very important, and he wasn't there. You know, it's like, but look at all the things that your dad did do. But I mean, at the same time, if your dad wasn't there at all in your life, I don't think you should be bringing it up every single day. But it's something that you can acknowledge on, especially at the start of the relationship, and then if it really affects you in certain moments,
right?
In your, especially when you're becoming the dad, or you're having those moments where you're seeing like your husband or whatever who's being a dad, and just like it's not something that you should bring up all the time, but it's something that's there, obviously.
Are you trying to say something, Jonathan, about our relationship?
Because your dad apparently was not in your life, or what? No, I'm trying to... Yeah, of course. This is as much part of our relationship as it is relationships in general.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it kind of comes into how we analyze relationships.
Well, I mean, yeah, you shouldn't bring so much baggage into a relationship, but what I'm trying to say is you can expect that problems from your past will arise and will be found in your relationship.
I agree to that.
It's what you're saying is to the extent of how much baggage you decide to bring into the relationship, and how much you can prevent from it ruining the relationship, ruining the dynamic of the relationship because of your past.
Yeah, so like what I'm saying is like, if you bring too much of your past into the relationship, it can cause problems. Or if somebody has too much baggage that they hate, they absolutely hate being in the relationship.
Like that person shouldn't even begin to be in a relationship to begin with. Like they need to go out and learn themselves and learn how to be around other people. Certain
people, they just want to be in relationships, even though they have this kind of ironic, maybe hypocritical view of relationships. You know what I mean?
But then again, if you get into a relationship and you have this these problems from your past or whatever issues you have, who knows if that person can help you get through it. Maybe they have the quality, or they have the, I don't know, that gift to help you get through.
Yeah, but and people can only take so much, so that's why it's like, when it becomes more than you can take, that's when relationships kind of end.
Right.
But then I think a lot of people need to be honest with themselves. Like, this person's gonna have a past, a history, is gonna have a personality that you might not know right away, because you have that in the beginning of a relationship. You're trying to really create a relationship, so maybe you're playing like, trying to be the perfect boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever.
Like, it's the first, how many, what we say, first year where you are kind of somebody new, just to impress the other person.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you know, you want to, like, show off, do things that would make the other person more attracted to you.
Yeah.
Lose some weight.
Which I think is a bad way to start the relationship. Is like, don't fake so much.
Don't fake the funk.
You know, kind of be who you are, but as you also, part of that is really understanding the other person. So I have to adjust myself a little bit, and that's what I'm saying. It's a give and a take or whatever, or it's like you kind of have to shed yourself a little bit in order to start venturing with this person into relationship territory. So you kind of have to adjust to the interests that they have. You kind of have to adjust to them. But you can't adjust so much that you become this masked, fake person.
I know, but the question is if all of us do that, let's say everybody decides to, you know, not put on this persona and just be yourself. Let's say everybody did that. Would we, in fact, have more successful starting out relationships or relationships in general?
Wow, yeah, that's a good.
Because of the fact that.
It's a good experiment.
Right? Because of the fact that we're trying to attract somebody, but if we just really act ourselves.
Be ourselves?
How the hell will we be able to attract somebody? Because sometimes there's things that we do that, you know, are not very...
Yeah, because if, like, you burped in front of...
Or farted.
Because
I fart in front of Jonathan, everybody.
No, women don't fart.
We don't poop either, right?
They don't poop either. Just like Kim Jong-un.
Right.
Yeah, so
why did you
I think you can't.
Oh wait, I know. Women only eat salads.
Yeah, women only eat salads.
We never eat real food.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We just eat salads.
You shouldn't be like, I don't know. It's difficult because if you two are open, and you know, like everything, then people will just be like taken aback. Like, what is wrong with this person? It's like you know what I mean? She's strange. Like, you kind of have to, maybe for certain people, you have to kind of get used to them rather than right away.
Yeah.
Like, even in friendships, when you first start out, like, if you guys are just outspoken and honest with each other, like, right off the bat or whatever, just being whoever you are, you could maybe just, it'd be a little bit like difficult tension, or I don't know, it'd be difficult because you're not used to that person.
Because you're trying to get a feel, and I feel like maybe the reason why we put on a different persona as well is we put up our guards because you really don't know the other person just yet, and so in a relationship, when you first start dating, you're kind of feeling out who the other person is, and even if it is putting on another persona, it's just trying to figure it out.
I think and I think cause I'm thinking about my best friends. So like, you know, many of my best friends are not. If you had told me who they are, whatever, they would not necessarily been the people that I would have wanted to be in like be friends with.
Richard, Tanya, don't listen to this.
but it's fine. It turns off. It's fine. But in time, I gradually got to know them, and they could see the value in being friends with them. What are you trying to say
about them?
That they weren't the people that in my head, and I've said this, I think, to Richard. Like, originally, I don't think he was like the guy that I really wanted to hang around, but it was like, you know, we just kind of fell together, and I think I was the same too. You know, definitely Tanya didn't like me in high school, and we talk about this all the time.
No, I've heard you guys talk about this.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like if you told us we were gonna end up becoming best friends, then I think we would have been like, really, that one, you know. And
Yeah.
but I think it works out because over time you get to know each other and you really kind of establish this relationship, and it shows, you know, it goes through that change. But I think if you were to start kind of like even with us, like I kind of was like,
I have a good
you know,
point. You know, when you make relationships, don't you think that relationships also kind of build your own character?
wait, what?
They add to your character.
Yeah, well, definitely. I think that's one of the things. Relationships, you do shed yourself. You're a little bit because you do go through changes as you're meeting new and more interesting or people. It's like that's kind of things when the typical thing when you get involved in like Hollywood or whatever, people stop hanging around with their regular friends and they're so Hollywood now. Like they only hang around Hollywood people, or you know, or whatever. So that's because you kind of like, you know, I don't really necessarily hate on that, but it's difficult. Like you're trying to stay and maintain, you know, and being involved in this new movement space, being a Hollywood professional or whatever, that you want to be involved in that, and you want to be involved with all the people there, and we want to make friendships there because that's your work or whatever. But at the same time, it's like you stop caring about your family and cut, you know, your best friends off or whatever and move on. It's kind of bad too, but you do kind of adjust yourself to the relationships that you are.
Do you think that's what happened to that couple?
Which one?
They just recently split.
You mean Chris Pratt and Anna Faris?
Yeah, Anna Faris is no longer as popular as she once was with Scream. Was it Scream?
She wasn't in Scream.
Oh shit!
Scary movie.
Scary movie. And now Chris Pratt is amazingly doing so well.
I think maybe their issue was the both of them, maybe because he was down here for a little bit unknown, and she was kind of a
rising
I think
star.
She's like a bottom level A-lister.
Yeah,
not
I think
really
so too.
Like a super household name, but people see her face. Yeah. She's been consistently working since Scary Movie.
Okay.
And so she never really went away. And then Chris Pratt was around during that time. You know, he was on One Tree Hill, which was a fairly popular show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, and then he went to Parks and Recreation, you know, and so he was consistently on TV for several years, and in multiple things. He was in movies and stuff. I think he just had all of a sudden meteoric rise after he became Star-Lord.
Right. And then that last movie he did with Jennifer Lawrence. Where a lot of people are saying that's what might have caused him and Anna Faris to split. Yeah.
Which they haven't talked about. So this is all like hearsay for now, but yeah.
Gossip.
I think it could be jealousy too. That could have been like Anna Faris is seeing him with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know, I think those are the two things that people are quick to jump to. Is like it's the one.
Well, no. What we're
other.
Trying to say is that Hollywood might have changed him, with him in growing in stardom. You know, being more popular and.
But it also could. It might not necessarily have changed him, but it changed their dynamic because he's
getting more attention.
Up at the top. Like he is, you know, as long as he consistently keeps working, he's going to be with Brad Pitt, George Clooney and them, you know, eventually. Where he wasn't that with like when he was on Parks and Recreation, he was a big deal, but he was still like, you know, like Amy Poehler and I can't think of his name. Nick Offerman, I think were the the big names on that show.
Okay.
The bigger names on that show.
What about Aziz? Can't forget about him.
Aziz Ansari too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Aziz Ansari. How did I forget about it?
We love you, Aziz.
Yeah. So so he was definitely but I think not because of Parks and Rec. It's because of his stand-up that Aziz Ansari was being well regarded.
Right.
You know, so I think all of them on that show, you know, except for Rob Lowe, who's been in the industry forever.
long. Yeah, Rob Lowe's
child
pretty dope.
star,
Yes,
or teenage star, heartthrob.
Yes.
But yeah, so I think most of them are probably gonna stay consistent work because that show was so successful.
But anyways, going back to what you were saying about Hollywood.
So yeah, I think
it's changing
because he moved up to the top, and she's still kind of not really a household name. She's not in major movies,
right.
But she does have a sitcom on network TV that people probably don't know called Mom. She has a podcast. She's got stuff that she's been doing consistently since Scary Movie.
Excellent.
It's not
Good
the
for
first
her.
time that I knew about her, but she was actually in Hollywood trying to work for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, I think a lot of the people that you end up seeing become popular have been sort of trying to make it for a long time. Like Bryan Cranston was working in the industry for over a decade before he got Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, well, he was on Malcolm in the Middle, so people saw him from that and saw him. But Breaking Bad really established him as a power household name kind of thing. But he, if you really look through a lot of the stories, you'll see that these people have been in the industry for a long time, and all of a sudden they just have this crazy meteoric rise. Bradley Cooper's another one. He was in countless movies before,
Yeah, but how does that, how does that relate back to what we're talking about? And yeah, they have these rises, but do you know if Bradley Cooper has let go of all his friends and family surrounding him just because he's an A-lister?
So I think that's another thing. So it also creates, because it's not just, I think, the star that really changes things. It's also your stardom that changes the way people look at you. And that's one of the things that in thinking about being a writer and doing YouTube and all that stuff, at some moment you have this potential of changing from, hey, yeah, he's doing some stuff or whatever, but to being like, oh my gosh, he's doing amazing stuff. He's getting crazy views and he's getting money now, and it's, and then that's when people start coming around, paying attention to you or whatever, like your friends-ish, the people that, aren't checking up on you every day suddenly become the people because they see you, doing stuff like, oh my gosh, now I love you so much, even though you weren't there, so that's kind of one of the things
right now I hate you because you're not making money, but
they don't hate you, but they just don't, think about
once
you,
you make those bucks, you are my bestest friend.
Yeah, stardom, so they want to, they want to get in on it now because you have that stardom. You have that star power.
Yeah.
Which something about that is, it's not just the star who is the problem with that. It's also that the people surrounding that idea of stardom. So I think that kind of changes relationships, because if you're that person who starts calling them all the time and wanting to, hey, yeah, you should totally invite me to the Grammys. I'm down. Hey, are you going to the Grammys? Because I heard you're going to the Grammys. I think you should. Oh, you're not going to the Grammys? Why aren't you going to the Grammys? You should go to the Grammys. And you should totally take me to the Grammys with you if you go to the Grammys, because the Grammys is the Grammys.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's like that. Or, if you have a movie premiere, you better invite me. Oh, what's your latest movie? What are you working on? Wanting to hang around you all the time and, wanting to invade kind of your space, or wanting to get some some of that star power
You
rubbed
let me
off.
know who those people are. I'll make sure to keep them out of your life.
Yeah. So that's like, I think it's just, if you were to become an instant billionaire or whatever, you probably have some people in your life that are connected to you that hear about that, and suddenly they want to hang out with you.
How much did that lady win from the lotto recently? 758 million or something.
There was
like
an actual lady that won. Finally?
Yes.
Oh, jeez, that's nuts.
Lotto.
Hope she invests it and keeps it and saves a lot of it. Doesn't just decide to go buy a 758 million house.
National lottery results, which was Saturday, August 26th, and it says here she won 8.2 million jackpot.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty.
That's a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your, like, if you are responsible with that, you can live the rest of your life clean. Like, you could take, because if you look at whatever your figures that you're making in a year, and you were to spend that much,
Right.
let's say she makes 6 figures, so she's making $100,000 a year or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If she still spends $100,000 every year, she could spend that money for 20 years or whatever. I don't know how many. I can't do the math right now. No, but that's terrible math. But I mean, if she were to live 20 years from now and she's still spending $100,000, she would still have like.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, I got it
homeless
wrong.
after.
A hospital worker won the Powerball. Powerball.
Uh-huh.
Her prize is $758.7 million. And police outside her house. 758 freaking million.
Did you say she's got police outside her house?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh yeah,
A hospital worker.
That's
Wonder what she did. If she was a nurse, nurses make good money. I would have to say they make good.
Depends.
I think
Depends on the nurse.
yeah.
Depends on where you're working. They make okay money. I don't think they make as much as they should.
Wow, that is a lot of freaking money, you guys. $758 million. What would you guys do with that? I know I would buy a house.
See, yeah,
take
you're
care of
thinking
my
already.
family. Take care of my parents. Send them off.
That's a problem, first off. So the first thing you should be saying, if you win that money, is how you're going to save a large chunk of it.
Are
then
you kidding
start
me?
going into
Why would
spending.
you save? How could you save $758.7 million, you guys?
You don't just start spending it. If you want to keep that money and you want to... You don't just start spending it.
That is a hell of a lot of money. You cannot...
Yes.
You cannot...
You can lose it.
That is so
First
much
off,
money.
that's not all of their money because she's probably going to have to pay a lot of taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Then if she buys a $1 million home or a multi-million-dollar home, she's going to have to pay those multi-million-dollar taxes or whatever. If she starts buying a bunch of cars and stuff that they're going to depreciate in value, she's going to be losing a lot of her money. So
I do agree with that, but it's called being sensible.
And there are people that can ruin themselves by doing something stupid and then getting sued or whatever. There's ways you can burn through that money really quickly.
Right. She's from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So... good for you, lady. Freaking
We
lucky.
totally got off topic. What is...
We're talking about...
relationships. I think, so that's what I was saying, is it's like you change. It's not only that you change, and as time goes forward, and this is one of the biggest things I think
you
happens
change
in
together.
relationships. You should change together, but not always. This is why people break up. This is why divorces happen. So, especially when Facebook really started, like, getting popular with the older crowd,
Yeah.
you had marriages starting to split up.
Really?
Because people are doing stuff... What are you doing? People are doing stuff on Facebook, and they're meeting people from like high school. They're meeting, and you had at this moment too. You had like people starting to see that you could do all kinds of stuff. There was all kinds of stuff to do, like so yoga. You had like you could go out and hiking, adventure, traveling.
No,
all
I
this
said
stuff.
venture, not adventure. Yeah.
What?
Venture into.
Venture, yeah.
New hobbies, types of hobbies,
and
that
stuff, yeah.
maybe your spouse might not be into, but you found that yoga is like the best thing, and all of a sudden you got with a yoga instructor.
Well, not just yeah, but you also you end up meeting people at yoga, and then they start giving you these new ideas about how to think about life. So certain people,
opening your minds to different ideologies.
Yeah. The extreme would be, let's say you were a religious person and your husband or your spouse is a religious person, and then you go to yoga and you meet these people that are non-religious, that are atheists or something, and then they start giving you some ideas that you always kind of had maybe in the back of your head, or occasionally, you had some doubts or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then they can create that problem there that you don't want to be religious anymore, you don't want to be whatever, or you don't want to be, you don't want to be with somebody that's into a specific thing or whatever.
But yoga is a religion, Jonathan, just to add that in there. Is a form.
It depends on how you practice it. It started in religion, but generally the whitewashed way of yoga is
form of exercise.
Is a form of exercise. It's all exercise, and a lot of the religious aspects have been removed or appropriated away.
Yoga is a discipline for Hinduism, Buddhism, and not atheism.
Mm-hmm. But you can have atheists, you can have Christians, you can have anybody. Anybody can, if you can get into the positions of yoga, anybody can do yoga.
But actually, there's some Christians that are against yoga.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're going off topic.
Yeah.
But yes, that is really interesting. How Facebook started a trend of divorce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then, I mean, you can check into, at that point, you can check into your high school sweetheart, or you can check into, you start meeting people online, or you start seeing, that there are other options, then you can end up thinking about other people that you're seeing online.
Look
so
at
it's complicated.
That. Facebook, I'm reading an article right now, you guys. I'm pulling it up. Facebook has become a leading cause in divorce cases.
Mm-hmm. I told you.
Ah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Because, I think because you were in a happy space, not really being online and not really understanding each other that much, and...
Well, you're making more connections with... Yeah. Making more other possibilities to happen.
Mm-hmm. But then I think people rush into marriages.
That's true.
And people rush into relationships and not really having that much knowledge and wisdom in terms of they just want to make it work or whatever. And so if there are issues or problems, they don't know how to deal with them. They don't see any issues. I think Facebook offers you ideas, opinions, arguments, and all kinds of stuff that just can totally make you question your marriage, or how it also creates topics, so you start thinking about like yoga, like what is yoga, like, and as you start talking about yoga with your spouse, and maybe they're like, I don't like you going to yoga all the time, because they're jealous that you're going to yoga and you're working out, and they don't want to do that, or they don't have time to do that, so it can create problems. And yoga is just an example. There's millions of things that are on Facebook that could easily create divisions within the family.
Right. Good
problems.
Point.
So,
thanks a lot, Facebook. We just wanted to get connected with friends and family.
Facebook ruining relationships.
That's another topic we can bring up later on.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a complicated thing I think about relationships.
Yeah. I think so too.
They're complicated, they're work, but you both have to be into it.
Yeah.
It's sacrifice, commitment. There's another word that I want to say, but I can't.
Can you describe it?
It's kind of like sacrifice, but not exactly.
It's like sacrifice, commitment put together, right?
You need compassion. You need to be able to have some levels of patience.
You need
you can't be
to have a personality.
Patient. Personality helps.
That really adds to the relationship. But what if somebody wants somebody boring?
Yeah.
And one other person has all the personality, you know, why not? Yeah. It's just, I guess it just really depends.
Yeah.
And
it depends, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, like, there's no one way to a relationship, but I think there are obvious things that are bad, like, you know, if you're hitting each other, no.
Abusive relationships,
Abusive relationships. If you're neglecting each other.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a good
never spending time together.
Oh.
Or if you are constantly getting into arguments when you're spending time together, you know what I mean?
But what if that's how they enjoy their relationship? If that's what they like is arguing with each other.
I should say arguments. So this is one of the topics we can talk about later, but the difference between fighting and arguments. But yeah, if you're fighting and you're yelling at the top of your lungs and getting high blood pressure and stuff like that, and, you know, you need to rethink how you guys deal with issues and topics and stuff that you're discussing.
Right.
You know.
So there's, honestly, I feel like there's so many different aspects that you can bring to the table when it comes to relationships. It's that quote unquote eye of the beholder. What type of relationship do you want to develop? What kind of relationship do you want to create for you and your partner? And that's it. That's the end of our podcast, everybody.
It's compromise. 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 So I agree to that, but I also think that you shouldn't get so set that you have all the ideas in terms of what a relationship should be, but you shouldn't get so unset either.
I thought I said compromise already, Jonathan.
No, we didn't. We said sacrifice. We didn't say compromise yet. I don't think we said. I don't know. I don't want to play back. This is too long already. You guys play back and let us know. Hit me up on Twitter at jblue1622.
Give us the exact time.
Okay, huh?
Give us the exact time.
Yeah.
And you'll win something.
What?
I don't know yet.
Yeah. Maybe. You'll win our adoration forever.
Maybe a clap.
A clap. A slow clap.
Yeah.
Just 3. No more than 3. 3 is the golden number.
And we'll say your name live on air.
Yeah, okay, definitely. So, I think we'll start. We're going to do a Patreon eventually.
Yes.
We'll go into... hopefully we'll get some sponsorships. If you know anybody that wants to sponsor the show, let us know.
I think that's pretty much it, yeah.
What are you going to be checking out this week?
This week, any movies coming out?
Not this week that I know of. I think I will be checking out... what?
I'm going to be watching the rest of The Defenders.
The Defenders, yeah. I already finished.
I gotta watch that. Catching up tonight on GOT.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones.
And Insecure.
Insecure.
So we gotta get caught up on those. We'll get you guys posted on what we think about those episodes that we'll be watching.
Oh, I'm editing my novel. I gotta...
Yeah, what novel are you working on right now, Jonathan?
I'm not gonna say the name or anything in information, but yeah, I'm working on a novel. I've already written the novel. I just gotta edit it, and then hopefully I can work on the process of submitting it for publishing. I'm also working on poetry. I've had a little bit of a break for my poetry, But you can look at my YouTube page where it's the J Blue Poetry 365 project. Check out my poetry. I'm also working on another YouTube channel that I'm not going to say yet, but you know.
Check him out, you guys. It's pretty good. Just gotta
you.
throw that one in there.
Yeah, you would.
What? I'm your girlfriend. I have to do those things.
I have to. That's right. That's another thing you have to do in a relationship is do stuff for others. The other, your significant other. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter. My name is Emelda, Emelda dot.
Just go Emelda C. Look up Emelda C. See if that Twitter handle's taken.
I just took off my Twitter account.
MELDAC dot.
Yeah.
And I'm J Blue, 1622.
Hit up J Blue for the both of us.
Yeah, okay.
Deuces.
Peace.